Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call to order the Martin County Code Enforcement Magistrate hearing for October 15th, 2025. Please rise, join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, please be seated. I'm going to try and take all the folks that are here first and try and do that in the order that you all came. And the first case is the Lawson case. It's ENF 2025-04-0667. And the respondent is Brent A. Lawson. And Officer Joseph, you're going to testify. This is a violation hearing, and I understand that, Mr. Lawson, you're the owner's brother, is that correct?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, now, hang on just a second. What we're going to do, let me explain the process to you. We're going to hear from the county first, and this applies to anybody that's got a violation case out there, so you may want to just listen up. If we're going to hear from the county first, they basically follow an evidentiary formula, a script, if you like, and once that's complete, if everything they say is correct and accurate, then the law says that is a prima facie case, which means that the burden then flips to you as the respondent to either refute it, to present your own evidence, to bring any witnesses you may have, or just to explain the situation to me. At the conclusion of that, then I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to make a ruling as to whether or not a violation exists. And if it exists, then I'm going to give you time to take care of it, failing which there'll be a fine. And unfortunately, for the pleasure of being here today, there are costs accumulated by the county in the amount of $575, which are assessed against you. So that's the process. I see there's at least 4 folks here. And so what we're going to do is hear from the county. I'll swear you in, officer, and then, Mr. Lawson, when I call you up, I'm going to ask you to come to that podium, and then we'll go from there. So have a seat. And officer, if you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, so whenever you're ready, we will begin.
My name is Michael Joseph, and I've been sworn in. I'm a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Brent Lawson, is not present. This case concerns the property at 1202 Northeast Railroad Street, Jensen Beach, Florida, 34957 in Martin County, Florida. The case was not generated from anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Brent A. Lawson. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit 1.
Okay, if you all look at the monitor, you'll be able to see the evidence that's being presented. So that's another thing for you to do. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
On April 30th, 2025, Code Enforcement Officer Tamika Bush inspected the property. At the time, she observed an inoperable vehicle, a new window install, garbage, trash, and debris, and no house numbers. At that time, she photographed the property. The photographs accurately shows what she saw then and is marked as County's Exhibits 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, so in 2, I don't see any numbers. I see that panel that's off to the side. Is that a piece of fence?
It appears to be a piece of metal.
Metal, okay.
You have the RV right there, and you can see no house numbers.
All right.
Exhibit 3, you can see the window install, gap in the window right there.
Okay.
Exhibit 4, you can see the RV, with the grass growing around it, the inoperable vehicle.
Got it. Okay.
Based upon the investigation, Code Officer T. Bush issued the notice of violation to Brent A. Lawson on June 2nd, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit 5. In the notice, she cited the following Martin County Code violations. Section 91.34, generally inoperable vehicles, General Ordinances, Martin County Code. Section 67-201B, nuisance declared trash, Martin County Code. Section 4.769, site addressing, land development regulations, Martin County Code. And Section 21.111, protective treatment, General Ordinances, Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until June 30th, 2025 to correct the violation, as was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on July 15th, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 6. Due to the new violations of 21.110 general exterior structure and 67-201 weeds undergrowth, an amended notice of violation was sent out August 19th, 2025. In the amended notice of violation, the respondent was given until September 8th, 2025 to correct the violations. The amended notice of violation is marked as County's Exhibit 7. I took over this case in September of 2025. I went to the property on September 26 and conducted an inspection. Weeds and undergrowth and the inoperable vehicle had complied. I took photographs while at the residence. The photographs actually show what I saw then are marked as County's Exhibits 8, 9, 10, and 11. So the window remains. The trash and debris was still there on the other side of the RV.
Okay.
Right there. And the stuff in the back there. Compliance was not achieved, and an amended notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on September 29th, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 12. The return receipt was not received. On September 30th, 2025, I posted the property and at the Martin County Administrative Building. The posting photo and affidavit of posting are marked as County's Exhibit 13 and 14. It's a posting photo. And then the affidavit of posting. No call or letter from the property owner was received within the time allowed. Therefore, I went to the property again on October 14th, 2025, and observed that not all the cited violations have been corrected. While at the residence, I spoke with Russell Coffey, who stated he resides at the residence and is the property owner's brother. He stated that he had been experiencing health issues and is attempting to bring the property into compliance. He also stated that the refrigerator on the porch was not connected to power. Due to this, I'm removing the outdoor appliance code. At this time, I photographed the property, and the photograph accurately shows what I saw then as marked as County's Exhibit 15, 16, and 17. So you still have some debris on the side. The window still remains. And still no house numbers.
Okay. All right.
Request that all the county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based on the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Brent A. Lawson, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 28th, 2025, and if not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every day, for every violation, for every day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation, and request that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing. Concludes my testimony.
All righty. Thank you. All right, sir. Come on up to the podium. And if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, and your full name,
Russell B. Cahey.
and how do you spell that?
Last name Caughey.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Caughey.
C-A-U-H-Y.
Caughey.
All right, you pronounce that
It's got K-H-E.
Kagi? Kagi, got it. All right, Mr. Kagi, what's your address?
Right now, it's 3466 Palm City School Road. I stay there with I help my mom out. She has dementia, so I stay there at the house with her.
Okay,
And over in Rio, that's the house I was born here in '66, and that's the first trailer we lived in over in Rio. My brother got it from my mom.
and that's the 1202 Northeast Railroad Street
Yes, sir.
address?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's your brother
Yeah, see,
who owns it?
6 months ago, my brother had got cancer, and when he was getting his port put in, he was getting his took out, and I went in and got different cancer. And when he got off cancer, I was going in for cancer, and I just got off of cancer now, but I still got the port in me, and I get it out in 2 more months. But the time that I was trying to get things done on the property, I could be out in the sun, and I couldn't be in a lot of heat. That
All right.
was my problem with
So-
getting it done, but now I got most of it done, 80% of what I needed to get done.
Well, I'm looking at the violations, and I saw the latest pictures from yesterday, I guess. And it looks like there isn't a whole lot left to do, but there is the one issue about getting the permit for the window.
I said it was a piece of the flange up on top, it peeled back. It needs a piece of molding around it, basically.
Okay, but understand, you got to get a permit from the county for it.
Okay,
I mean, that's the issue that's being charged.
okay.
So whenever you replace a window, and I don't know whether you did it or your brother, but it will need we'll need a permit, and then,
Come down to the county, that's down here on Ocean Boulevard?
no, I think he's got to go to off Willoughby. And I'm sorry, I don't even know the address of the building department.
It's 900 Southeast Ronky.
Okay, so it's, the folks here can give you that address. It's down off Willoughby, south.
Water park is, Your Honor.
Pardon
The
me?
easiest landmark, it's where the water park is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where the water park is, there's a traffic signal, you go back there. And that's where the building department is. All right, so the trash and the site addressing, I mean, that's going to a hardware store and getting the numbers and putting them up.
When I never got specifics, you can read everything, but I was trying to get all the stuff out of the yard.
Okay.
All the way to the back. I mean, I took.
And you
4
still
trailer loads.
got some of that to do.
Well, yeah, I had chalkboards around the bottom, and I put lattice around the bottom of the trailer instead of chalkboards. They're electronic chalkboards I got from the Martin County school system, but I was cutting them down and pasting them for, underneath, but they didn't like that, so I changed all that around the house.
Okay.
That's what all the boards are in the back side, the big board you see.
Mm-hmm.
Those are chalkboards from school. And I used them for material,
Okay,
what I was using them for, but I'll get rid of that.
all right. Okay, so anything else you need to tell me?
Basically, I have it done by the time I get to the next, was it?
It's November 28th is what the county's requesting.
Yeah, I have everything cleaned out by, I'll talk to him. So I called the other lady that was on it before.
Mm-hmm.
She said she would send me something in a little bit of time, and then the next time I got one from him.
Right,
So I didn't know what happened to her, but she's no longer with y'all.
that's correct. She's
But I
not
didn't know that.
with the
So
county.
I was trying to communicate with her a little bit.
Okay. All right. So based on your testimony and Officer Joseph's testimony and the evidence, I'm going to admit that evidence. There's no reason not to, all 1 through 17, unless you've got some objection. But, and since there is no real objection, I'm just going to admit it. Based upon all that evidence and your testimony, I'm going to find that violations as charged do exist on the
Yeah,
property.
it's just there. I didn't know exactly, when I get all these things here, they got 20 different things on each count. But I'd never talked to somebody to tell me exactly what they were talking about. So I was going
All right,
through all the
well,
other stuff.
Officer Joseph can help with that, and you just stay in touch with him,
I know, I met him yesterday for the first time.
okay?
And then he would show me exactly what, I
Great.
said, thank you, because I didn't, there's lots of different things on the list, and I'm trying to
Right.
figure out the biggest part of them I have out there, but now I'm straightening it out.
All right, so I'm going to order you to comply by November 28th, 2025, failing which there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per violation per day. So you don't want to miss that. You want to get it all done in time. And then I am going to award costs in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of this hearing. So it's so ordered. All right, and what's the best way to get a copy of this to you?
I would say you can still send it to my brother, or send it to my address to,
If you just give Officer Joseph, you
Okay.
don't have to say it into the mic, just give that to Officer Joseph so he's got a good address for you.
all right.
Your Honor, before you wrap up, the
Yes.
county would like to make an application. We'd like to stretch the compliant date out another 30 days. The respondent needs to get a building permit for that
Yes.
window, and the owner isn't, is in the hospital. It seems like a little tight to actually get a building permit issued within the next 5 weeks.
Let me hear from you. Would you appreciate
Yeah, I'd appreciate
an additional?
that.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to say that you have to make all the corrections. I'm going to say pick up the garbage and get that done by November 28th, and get the house numbers on there by November 28th, but get the permit by the end of the year. I'm going to say December 31st.
Okay.
And you'll see that because I'm just writing that right on the order.
That'd be with the paperwork I'll receive today?
Yes, as a matter of fact, if you hang around, we'll get you a copy of this right now.
All right, thank you.
You can just take it with you. Thanks, Richard. All right, so let's see.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
All right, that should take care of that, I think.
Yeah, no, the split order was an excellent idea. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Mr. K, did I say that correctly?
K, like K-H-E, K-He.
Leahy, okay. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Leahy, and hopefully you'll take care of everything that needs to be done,
Thank you for your time.
sir. All right, let's see, the second case is the Bodette case, Tammy Bodette, and it's case number ENF 2025-070804-01. And Ms. Espiat, you're going to testify. And this is also a violation case. Same procedure is going to apply here. So, Officer Espiat, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And what have we got?
My name is Maria Espea, and I have been sworn in. I'm a senior code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Tammy Boudet, is present. This case concerns a property at 2677 Southeast Norman Street in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from an anonymous complaint, and this case was actually generated from a tenant complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Tammy Baudet. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit Number 1. On August 7th, 2025, I met on the property with Christy Fountain, the tenant living in the detached garage. During the inspection, I observed an RV being lived in, an inoperable boat and RV, high grass, trash, a damaged fence, damaged exterior of the main house, and an unpermitted water heater, and unpermitted detached garage converted to a living space without a permit. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what I saw then, marked as County's Exhibits 2 through, I believe, 22. Number 2 is, this is inside the detached garage. You walk in through this door, and there's the kitchen. Number 3 is when you walk in, this is what's in front of you. The bathroom's back here, living room is to the left. Number 4 is just a close-up. Number 5 is the water heater inside the bathroom. Number 6 shows that the water heater was manufactured in, let me see where it is, 21, and does not have a permit. Number 7, this is in the bathroom to the left, water heater's on the right. Number 8, showing that there is a full bathroom, it has a shower. Number 9 is the living room area, bedroom areas behind. 10 is the outside. You see some overgrowth, the RV's right here. Number 11, high grass along the fence. There's a damaged fence, as you could see. 12 is the RV appears to be an in-op, grass is growing around it. 13, this is behind the detached garage. I'm sorry, the side of it, there was trash. 14, behind the detached garage, more trash and high grass. 15 shows the RV was plugged into electric. 16, the inoperable boat, also with grass growing around it. 17 shows the tenant opened the mailboxes, and it shows A and B, I guess for 2 people or more receiving mail. 18, I'll zoom in, is a damaged fence. And this is the main house. 19 is the fascia that's damaged. 20 is a close-up of it. 21 is a GIS map of the home. This is the main home. This is where the inoperable boat was, the RV. There's a regular shed here, and then this is the detached garage. 22 shows from property appraiser, I'll zoom in, that they state that this is the main home, the detached garage, and the fence, I'm sorry, the shed that you just seen.
Okay.
A few days after the inspection, the owner called me. She admitted that she had rented out a room inside the main home. She also rented the property to the man who lives in the RV on her property and rented the detached garage. I explained the violations, and unfortunately, our phone call was disconnected. I called her back, but it appears that she had no service where she was at, so we didn't make any more contact. Based upon the investigation, I issued a notice of violation to the owner on August 11th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit Number 23. In the notice, I cited the following Martin County Code violations. Section 3.201.C.2.H, accessory uses by zoning district, land development regulations, Martin County Code. Section 67.201A, nuisance declared weeds, undergrowth, general ordinances, Martin County Code. Section 67.201B, nuisance declared trash, etc., general ordinances, Martin County Code. Section 105.1, permits when required incorporated by Section 21.1, general ordinances, Martin County Code. Section 3.11, permitted uses, land development regulations, Martin County Code. Section 21.99, accessory structures, general ordinances, Martin County Code. Section 21.110, general exterior structure, general ordinances, Martin County Code. And Section 91.34A, generally inoperable vehicles, general ordinances, Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until September 3rd, 2025 to correct the violations and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on September 4th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit Number 24. The return receipt was signed for on September 6, 2025, and I also posted the property and the Martin County Admin Building on September 26, 2025. The signed return receipt and the affidavit of posting are marked as County's Exhibits 25 and 26. This is the signed return receipt and the affidavit of posting as well. I didn't receive any calls or letters from the property owner within the time allowed. Therefore, I went again to the property on October 14, 2025, and saw that the cited violations, most of them had not been corrected. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what I saw then, marked as county's exhibits 27 to 33, and 34 is going to be the permit history. 27 shows trash and items in the front. You could still see that the fascia is still damaged. 28 shows the damaged fence. 29 shows that this fence is leaning. This is on the left side of the home. The boat that was there is no longer there. The grass has been mowed as well. You can see it's been pretty much mowed on the edge. 32 is just another angle of the trash that was there. And 33 shows that the RV is gone. I could not verify the trash behind the detached garage. And the permit history shows no permits since 2009. The grass violation, the in-ops, and the RV, those were complied as of yesterday. I requested all of the county's exhibits be received into evidence, and based upon the testimony and evidence, I requested the respondent be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 28, 2025, and if not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 per violation for every day the violations continue thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing.
Okay, so let me see if I understand what we're left with. So we're left with some of the trash. So the 67201B, and the need for the permit for the fascia?
The fascia, the water heater,
And the water heater.
and also making that a livable space, the detached garage would need a permit.
Yes, if that's even doable in, it's single-family zone?
Single-family home.
Okay, all right, okay. So, and then that's the permitted uses
Correct?
violation? Okay, and 2199
Would be the fence.
is the fence, okay. And then the exterior structure, which is the fascia.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
You know, weeds are off.
All right.
Any other?
Okay. All right, so who is here on behalf of Ms. Bodett? All right, ma'am, if you just come up to the podium. And if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, and your full name?
Tammy Ann Bodett.
All right, and you're the owner of this property?
Yes.
All right, and what's your residential address?
2677 Southeast Norman Street.
Okay, so it's the address of the property? Okay, got it. All right, let's see. You've heard what the county has to say, and you've seen the evidence now. I don't know that there would be any objection to it.
Well,
but-
I did speak to her today, and she did mention she would help me. I have a letter from a plumber. He's going to take care of the hot water heater, and it states everything is up to code. But I just was confused as to what to do. I bought this house. It was a county, off the county. It was a sale, went to my
Tax-
mother.
Tax deed, or?
Yeah, tax deed sale.
All right, when did you buy it?
My mother bought it in, I believe 2013. And when she passed away, I had to buy my siblings out. So I had no idea that when we bought it, that back apartment was there and had been there for years.
Okay.
I had rented the house out for years before that, and that's how it fell into my family. When I got the tax deed sale notice, my parents bought it. So we had no idea. I had no idea that existed, that was even a problem. As far as the fascia, I didn't pull a permit because I wanted to come and ask. I only need one piece of fascia, and I was told you don't need a permit for one piece of fascia.
And I don't know the answer to that question off the top of my head, but the county can help you with that.
Okay. And I tried to do the permitting for the fencing. I've already purchased some of the products that we need. So she also stated that she would help me. I couldn't get around that. I tried to do it last night, and it was frustrating for me to try. I opened an account and all that. Just,
It's not a one-day event.
yeah, obviously.
And let me ask the county, you've now asked for compliance by November 28th. This one seems even more difficult than the first case. Any objection to taking that out to December 31st?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so I'm going to enter into evidence the county's exhibits in this case, 1 through 34. And based upon your testimony, I'm going to find that the remaining violations do exist on the property.
They do.
And so based upon the evidence and testimony of each of you, I'm going to find that the violations there exist and order your compliance by, I'm going to say December 31st, 2025, failing which there's a fine in the amount of $100 per violation per day, which is
Okay.
is
There
standard
was
for
also
this.
another thing about renting rooms. I don't rent any rooms in my house. My boyfriend lives with me, and his 74-year-old mother, he used to live with his sister, passed away of cancer. She lives with us. There's no renting room. She gets $800 a month for Social Security, and she's on a housing waiting list.
Who's Miss Fountain?
She was the person renting the apartment.
Okay,
And she wasn't paying, and that's, I guess, her mother knew the people that owned the house before, and she knew that none of that. I had no clue. So this was brought on by somebody disgruntled, but I want to fix the problems, and I'm going to fix the problems, but I will need time to do
Well,
that. But as far as renting rooms out of my home, I don't do that. That's my boyfriend and his mother,
okay.
okay?
I hear you.
So that's listed as a violation, so I just wanted to make sure that's not going to,
You work with the county about that,
okay,
and whatever proof or that they need,
Okay.
they'll give you. I see the violation, based on the living quarters. Mm-hmm. And that's really kind of the key for that.
right.
But if they're related, and I'm sure the county will
Okay.
talk to you about how to take care of that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna order compliance then by December 31st, as I stated. And I'm gonna put that on each of these violations. Now, there are costs in the amount of $575 that have to be paid to the county at the
Okay.
conclusion of the hearing, so.
When does that have to be paid by?
Well, it's due now, but you pay it as quickly as you can get it paid.
Okay, thank you. Am I done? I can step away.
You are, thank you, and I will get you a copy of this order. I just have to change the dates on everything, so. Okay, got a couple more here to do. Okay. All righty. Oh, wrong one? Got it. Okay. Never mind. Okay. All righty. Let's see. Next case is going to be the Plunkett case. Somebody here on behalf of Robert Plunkett? Okay, good. This is case ENF 2025-050646. And Officer Kraska, you're going to testify. If you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
All right. What have we got?
All right. My name is Deborah Carrasco, and I have been sworn in. I am a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Robert Plunkett, is present. This case concerns the property at 8419 Southwest Citrus Boulevard, Palm City, Florida, in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Robert Plunkett. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit 1.
Okay.
On June 11th, 2025, former code compliance investigator Chris Counselor inspected the property. At that time, he observed trash and debris on the property. He photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what he saw then and are marked as County's Exhibits 2 through 4. There's trash in here, or not trash, but unsightly material, we'll say. And then there's more items here. And then 4 is just another angle. I did a re-inspect on 7/23 of 25, and are marked as County's Exhibits 5, 6, and 7. Again, the same items there. There's 7. Based upon the investigation, I issued a notice of violation to Robert Plunkett on July 24th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit 8. In the notice, I cited the following Martin County Code violations: Section 67.201A, nuisance declared weeds and undergrowth. In the notice, the respondent was given until August 7th to correct the violation and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement. I then had to issue an amended notice violation due to an error. The amended notice of violation was issued to Robert Plunkett August 14th, marked as County's Exhibit 9. In the notice of violation, I cited the following Martin County Code violations: Section 67.201B, nuisance declared trash, etc. With a new compliance date of August 21st, 2025, the grass violation was removed. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail September 12th, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 10. The return receipt was not received. On September 29th, 2025, I posted the Martin County admin building and the property. The affidavit of posting is marked as County's Exhibit 11. No call or letter from the property owner was received within the allowed time. Therefore, I went to the property again on October 14th, 2025, and saw that the cited violations had not been corrected. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what I saw then and are marked as County's Exhibits 12 and 13. The item's still there. I request that all of the county's exhibits be received into evidence based upon the the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Robert Plunkett, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by September 28th, 2025, and if not in compliance by,
November.
I'm sorry?
November? You said September. At least that's what I heard. You want compliance
No,
by
yeah,
November 28th?
November 28th.
Got it.
I'm sorry if I said the wrong thing.
Okay. No.
And if not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every violation, for every day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred the cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing.
Okay. All right, Mr. Plunkett? To the podium. If you'll raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, your full name
Robert Reed Plunkett.
and your address.
It's the address shown, 8419 Southwest Citrus Boulevard
Okay,
in Palm City.
all right. You've seen the evidence and heard the county. What do you got to tell me?
Yeah, it said, call if you have any questions, and I didn't call. I should have called. The carport, I didn't realize that, stuff that's not undercover, it's tools. I use quite a bit of that stuff all the time in and out, but there is some debris still left in there, but
Okay. Well, there's also the issue of outdoor storage, and that wasn't directly charged, but
yeah, I didn't,
but that is an issue, and you may want to talk to the county about how to handle that material. If you use it in your business, I mean, obviously you don't want to get rid of it,
Correct.
but you do have to store it properly.
Correct.
So,
okay,
and then the rest of it that's trash and debris, you can get rid of.
Mhm.
Looks like, I'm looking at Exhibit 13, is that still up? Looks like there's a whole bunch of it there, but, and
yeah, like pallet jack, and then the
Right.
totes have equipment in them. There's a little bit of stuff to the left, right there on the drive, that,
there's a lot of loose material there too. And proper storage is going to be an issue for you, but I think if you work with Ms. Carrasco, she can show you what meets the code and what doesn't.
understand?
Okay. And I see that on 12, in the background there behind your vehicle, there's some other stuff hanging
Yeah,
out
there's-
back there.
2 pallets there. They're crated.
Okay, and again, that's maybe an
outdoor storage.
outdoor storage issue
Yes, sir.
that you'll hopefully be able to resolve. All right. Anything else you need to tell me?
No, sir.
I think without objection, I'm going to accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 13 in this case. Based upon that evidence, your testimony and Officer Carrasco's, I'm going to find that violation of 67201B trash does exist on the property. Going to order you to comply by November 28th, 2025, failing which there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per day. I am going to award costs in the amount of $575 because we had to come here.
Understand?
So that's payable to the county at the conclusion of this hearing, so. All right. Okay, looks fairly simple. Just make sure you stay in touch with Officer Carrasco, because,
I've just never had any kind of issues ever with,
yeah, and
municipal authority or whatever, but,
and likely you won't again, but Officer Carrasco can help you there.
okay,
Okay,
thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next one is Vaccaro and Sites. It's case number ENF 2025-060199-01, and the respondents are Kelly Vaccaro and Donna Sites. Okay, great. All All right. Officer Joseph, you're back. You've been sworn in, so whenever you're ready.
My name is Michael Joseph, and I've been sworn in. I'm Code Compliance Investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Kelly Vaccaro, is present. The case concerns a property at 1769 Northeast 23rd Terrace, Jensen Beach, Florida, in Martin County, Florida. The case was not generated from anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Kelly Vaccaro and Donna Seitz. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit 1. On June 10th, 2025, Officer Tamika Bush inspected the property. At the time, she observed trash and debris and an operable vehicle and a green pool via the county's general map, from which the pool can be seen green from 2021 until 2025. At the time she photographed the property, the photographs accurately shows what she saw then is marked as County's Exhibits 2 and 3, with the map screenshot as Exhibit 4. There's some trash and debris. There's a flat tire on this white car right there.
Okay.
And then the map screenshot of the pool in the backyard is green. And you can see there it was from 2024, and then the property information right there.
Okay, so you've actually now looked at the aerials for how many years?
I went back to 2021.
Same condition? Okay. All right.
Yes, sir. Also, you'll see soon that I have a photo of it currently as well.
Okay.
Let's see. Based upon the investigation, she issued a notice of violation to Kelly Vaccaro and Donna Seitz on June 13th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit 5. In the notice, she cited the following Martin County Code violations: the Section 21-105 Swimming Pools General Ordinances, Martin County Code, and the Generally Inoperable Vehicles, 91.34A, and Section 67-201 Trash and Debris.
Okay.
There's the pool one. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until July 30th, 2025 to correct the violation, as was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on July 10th, 2025, as marked as County's Exhibit 6. More time was given prior to the hearing, and the case was taken off the docket. I took over this case September of 2025. I inspected the property on September 19th, 2025. The inoperable vehicle and the trash and debris had since complied. I took photographs while at the property, and they accurately show what I saw then, and the photographs are marked as County's Exhibits 7 and 8. So now, trash and debris is gone. Number 8, you can see the pool is green through there. That area. Due to the pool still being in unsanitary condition, I mailed via certified mail an amended notice of hearing for the October hearing on September 22nd, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 9.
Okay.
Return receipt was not received. The return receipt was received, in which signature was illegible. So on September 30th, 2025, I posted the property and the Martin County Administrative Building. The posting photo and the affidavit of posting are marked as County's Exhibits 10 and 11. Posting photo, affidavit of posting. No call or letter from the property owner was received within the time allowed. Therefore, I went to the property again on October 14th, 2025, and saw the cited violation had not been corrected. At the time I photographed the property, the photograph accurately shows what I saw then is marked as County's Exhibit 12. It's in the same condition. I request all the county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Kelly Vaquero and Donna Seitz, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 28, 2025, and if not in compliance, by then be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing. Concludes my testimony.
Okay, and while you were there, did you notice whether or not the pool is entirely fenced?
I can see the front and the other side are completely fenced, and then the other neighbor has a fence on that side as well.
Okay. I'm concerned because of the life safety issue, but, Ms. Vaquero, come on up. You'll raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
And your full name?
Kelly Seitz Vaquero.
And your address?
Oh, 1769 Northeast 23rd Terrace, Jensen Beach, Florida.
Okay, so you live on the,
Yes.
on the property.
Yes.
What's the story with this pool?
I have been struggling with the pool since I moved in 10 years ago. Sand keeps going in, it keeps turning green. I've had multiple pool guys, and they just say that because Jensen has so much sand and the hills are sand, it blows in and it just turns green. I will be completely honest, around COVID, I kind of gave up on it, and I know that I can't. So at this point, I might just drain it, and whether I have to start again. I'm a single mom. I'll be completely honest. I'm a single mom. I've been moving my kids back and forth from college. I just got them out of college and moved to separate states. So I financially can afford to, if I need to just completely drain it and start over. And it is completely fenced all the way around. I have full fencing all the
Yeah, I
way.
was going to ask you that.
Yes, sir. It is completely fully fenced.
Because otherwise, I'd speed up this process.
Yeah, oh, no, the fence goes all the way around.
All right. I mean, it's pretty obvious violation.
If I do, like, when I was notified, I do treat it, and then when a huge rain comes, it turns green again.
Do you have a pump?
I do, it's not functioning,
filter?
it's not functioning as great because of all the sand from my back hill, and all the sand in Jensen just keeps blowing in. Would it be okay if I cover it, if I install a cover all the way around and drain it?
I can't tell you the means and methods
Okay.
to
resolving
comply
this.
it.
Okay.
But the county can.
Okay, okay,
That just seems like well, I'm going to just say you are going to have to comply with the code. Without objection, I'm going to accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 12. And based upon your testimony and the county's, find that a violation does exist on the property and order compliance on or before the end of November. I'm going to say November 28th, as the county has requested. Failing which, there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per day.
okay.
And also, there are costs in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of the hearing.
Okay.
So I don't know what to tell you, but the violation is clear. So you need to do something.
Yes,
I don't know, whether you fill it in or do something.
I will.
To straighten it out. Okay. All right. And we'll get you a copy of this. We've got a good contact for you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. That's it as far as folks here, right?
One more.
Okay, so we're back to the top of the docket. Oh, Mr. Timko. Okay, all right. All right, so I'm going to take the Timco case. Gentleman came in. It's case number 2025-0403-32-01. And the respondent is Brian J. Timco. And Officer Carrasco, you've been sworn in whenever you're ready.
My name is Deborah Carrasco, and I have been sworn in. I am a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Brian J. Timco, is present. This case concerns the property at 2175 Southwest University Street, Stuart, Florida, in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser, the property owner is Brian J. Timco. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit 1. On April 18th, 2025, former code compliance investigator Chris Counselor inspected the property. At that time, he observed trash and debris, high grass, and an in-op trailer. At that time, he photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what he saw then and are marked as County's Exhibits 2 and 3. So just the high grass and the items out here. And 3 is the boat and the trailer. Based upon the investigation, he issued a notice of violation to Brian J. Timco on June 11th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit 4. He cited the following Martin County Code violations: Section 67.201A, nuisance declared weeds, undergrowth, General Ordinance of Martin County Code. Section 67.201B, nuisance declared trash, General Ordinances of Martin County Code. And Section 91.34A, generally in-op vehicles, General Ordinances of Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until July 3rd, 2025 to correct the violation and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. I did do a re-inspect on September 15th, 2025. The photos accurately show what I saw then and are marked as County's Exhibits 5, 6, and 7. Oops. I'm sorry. It's 5. Why is it not working? 5.
Okay, so
6.
5 is tall grass.
Yep, 5 is tall grass, and then,
6 is trash and debris.
correct. And then, yeah,
7
there's
is,
a lot of items back there. The other one showed the boat, or the trailer. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on September 17th, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 8. The return letter was not received on September 29th, 2025. I posted the property and the Martin County Admin Building. The affidavit of posting and the photo of the posting are marked as County's Exhibits 9 and 10. And it just shows I posted it right there.
okay.
No call or letter was received from the owner within the time allowed. Therefore, I went to the property again on October 14th, 2025, and saw that the cited violations had not been corrected. At the time I photographed the property, photographs accurately show what I saw then and are marked as County's Exhibits 11 and 12. So still has the high grass. The items are there. The boat trailer is still back there.
Okay.
I request that all of the county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Brian J. Timco, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 28th, 2025, and if not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 per violation for every day the violations continue thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing.
Okay, Mr. Timko, come on up. you'll come up to this podium right here. And if you'll do me a favor and take your hat off. If you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, and your full name, sir,
Brian J. Timko,
and your address.
175 Southwest University Street.
Okay. And you're going to have to maybe speak up a little bit and into that microphone, if you will, so that we get this recorded. Any objection to any of those exhibits that you just saw?
No.
Okay, so without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 12. In this case, anything you need to tell me?
I'll get it cleaned up by the 28th, I guess.
Okay. All right, so then I think it's fairly simple. I'm going to find that violations as charged to exist on the property in order you to comply on or before November 28th, 2025, failing which there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per violation. There's 3 violations there. They can be cleared separately or together as you choose. However, there is going to be cost in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of the hearing. So I'm going to sign the order. And do we have a good way to contact you at that address, or do you
Yes.
use email or anything like that?
Email, phone, whatever.
Okay, and you can give that, you don't have to say it into the mic, just give that, make sure that Ms. Carrasco has a good way to get a hold of you, whether it's email, mobile phone, whatever. Okay? All right. Okay, so that's it, unless you've got any questions.
Nope.
All right, sir.
Your Honor, if I may just wish to remind respondent, it's his responsibility to call for an inspection
It is.
when he clears it. We're not going to reach out to him. He has to come and,
Yeah, and the order does say that, but I did not reiterate that. Matter of fact, for anybody that's out there watching, it is always going to be the respondent's responsibility to contact the county to get re-inspected. So stay in touch with Ms. Carrasco, and hopefully that'll take care of it. Okay, thank you for reminding Mr. Toohey.
you're welcome, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Good luck.
Yeah, it's on the papers that I sent you, or the one that's on the house. My phone number's on there. Okay, thank you.
All right. And Ms. Carrasco, it's still you. It's the Kirby case, it's CNF 2025-02-1236. Kelly C. Kirby. Looking out, I don't see anybody here for that case, but whenever you're ready.
My name is Deborah Crosco, and I have been sworn in. I'm a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Kelly C. Kirby, is not present. This case concerns the property at 4593 Southwest 84th Street in Palm City, Florida, in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from an anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Kelly C. Kirby.
Okay.
It is Exhibit 1. On April 8th, 2025, former code compliance investigator Chris Counselor inspected the property. At that time, he observed an RV being lived in and unpermitted structures. At that time, he photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what he saw then and are marked as county's Exhibits 2 through 4. It's the RV. And then the structures that were built. Based upon the investigation, he issued a notice of violation to Kelly C. Kirby on April 10th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit 5. In the notice, he cited the following Martin County Code violations. Section 3.11, permitted uses, land development regulations, Martin County Code. Section 105.1, FBC, permits required incorporated by Section 21.1 General Ordinances of Martin County Code, Section 3.201C, 2H, RVs, accessories, uses by zoning district, land development regulations, Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until May 12th, 2025 to correct the violations and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. September 12th, 2025, I did a re-inspect and is marked as County's Exhibit 6. So all the structures and the RV still there at that time. Compliance was not achieved and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail September 26, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 7. The receipt was not received on September 29th, 2025. I posted the Martin County Admin Building, and the affidavit of posting is marked as County's Exhibit 8. Kelly Kirby has entered into a stipulation and agreed final order and has paid the cost in the amount of $350 as of 10/13/25. She has agreed to come into compliance by January 3rd, 2026. I request that all of the county's exhibits be received into evidence. That is the conclusion, my testimony.
Okay, and I'm sorry, didn't we go through the permit history?
I'm sorry? Oh. That is
I'm just looking at that, and there was Exhibits 8 and 9.
the, yes, affidavit
Affidavit
of
of
posting, I'm
posting.
sorry.
I've got it, and then the Exhibit 9 is the permit history.
history.
And it shows no permit,
On here it says awaiting resubmittals, I believe,
okay.
but now they've
Waiting, yeah.
entered into the stipulation agreement.
Okay, all right, so, but not issued. Okay, so without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 9 in this case. And looking at the stipulation signed by Ms. Kirby, it recites the violations and that compliance will be achieved on or before January 3rd, 2026, failing which there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per violation.
Correct.
And let's see. And she has paid $350 in costs. Okay, good. And signed by Kelly C. Kirby on behalf of herself and Ms. Carrasco on behalf of the county. I'm going to find that it's appropriate to enter the agreed final order in this case. And it is so ordered. Okay. Let's see, it was January 3rd. All right, next case is the Slattery case. It's ENF 2025-030698. Michael C. and Susan J. Slattery are the respondents, and Ms. Carrasco, that's your case as well.
Yes. My name is Deborah Carrasco, and I have been sworn in. I am a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondents, Michael C. Slatter and Susan J. Slatter, are not present. This case concerns the property at 2064 Southwest Pitts Terrace in Stuart, Florida, in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owners are Michael J. Slatter and Michael C. Slatter and Susan J. Slatter. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit 1. On March 10th, 2025, an expired permit letter for the expired permit BLD 2023-021343 residential addition was emailed to the respondents, and this is marked as County's Exhibit 2. On March 27th, 2025, former code compliance investigator Chris Counselor went to the went to photograph the property. The photographs accurately show what he saw then and are marked as county's exhibits 3 and 4. So you see the new windows. And then that was just the front of the property. Based upon the investigation, he issued a notice of violation to Michael C. Slatter and Susan J. Slatter on May 29th, 2025, marked as county's Exhibit 5. In the notice, he cited the following Martin County Code violations: Section 105.1, FBC permits when required, incorporated by Section 21.1, General Ordinances of Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until June 12th, 2025 to correct the violation and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail September 22nd, 2025, and is marked as County's Exhibit 6. The return receipt was not received on September 29th, 2025. I posted the Martin County Admin Building and the property itself. The affidavit of posting and the posting are marked as County's Exhibits 7 and 8. The Exhibits 9 is the property prior to the addition. It is a screenshot I took, so here you can see there is no building. And Exhibit 10 is after the addition. Again, the pool, now there's a building. So I can go back. No building. So that is the addition that is being discussed.
Okay. got it.
No call or letter from the property owner has been received within the allowed time. Therefore, I researched the property again on October 14th, 2025, and saw that the cited violation had not been corrected. Building permit history is marked as County's Exhibit 11. And you see it's still expired. I request that all of the county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Michael C. Slatter and Susan J. Slatter, be ordered to comply within the cited provisions of Martin County Code by November 28th, 2025, and if not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation, and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing.
Okay, anybody here on behalf of Michael C. or Susan J. Slattery? Looking out, seeing no one, without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 11 in this case. Based upon that evidence and your testimony, Officer Carrasco, I'll find that a violation as charged does exist on the property in order the Slatterys to comply on or before November 28th, 2025, failing which there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per day. And further award costs in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of this hearing.
Your Honor, can we skip the next one and come back to that one at the end, please?
Which one?
The James Smith Trust,
Okay, you want that at the end of the docket?
please.
Okay, we can do that. I see what we're doing here. We're getting Miss SVI back to work. All right. This is the Worley Estate, and it's case number ENF 2025-070240, Donald H. Worley Estate. And you've been sworn in, Officer Espiat. Whenever you're ready, go.
My name is Maria Espaillat, and I've been sworn in. This case was continued from September 17, 2025 from that hearing, and all exhibits 1 through 10 were received into evidence at that time. I went back to the property again on October 14, 2025, and seen that the grass and trash violations still exist. This is county's exhibits number 11 through 14 is a follow-up. This is a side view of the driveway. Still full of items. You can see some of the grass there. There will be a better picture. This is the front. If I zoom in, there's some items there as well. 13 is the right side of the house where the driveway is on the left, and there's high grass, probably over 4 feet.
Okay.
And 14 is just another view of the items some of the items that were still
Okay.
scattered.
Some folks you can't help. Okay, and these were photos you took?
Yes, correct,
They accurately show what you saw
correct.
on the 14th of October. All right. And anybody here on behalf of the Worley Estate? No. All right. So without objection, I'm going to accept into evidence the county's exhibits 11 through 14 in this case. Based upon that evidence, I am going to order compliance. Now, let's see. You've got a suggested,
We requested November 28th, 2025.
okay. Go ahead. No, you can finish your testimony.
No problem. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 28th, 2025, and if not in compliance by then, pay a fine in the amount of $100 per violation for every day the violations continue thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing.
Okay. All right. So, based upon the totality of the evidence from September and now, I'm going to find the violation as charged does exist on the property, order compliance on or before November 28th, 2025, failing which a fine in the amount of $100 per violation per day will accrue, and a further award cost in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of this hearing.
Thank you.
We tried. Okay. Now where are we? Let's see. All right, we've got Officer Joseph. This is the Wright Estate, David D. Wright Sr. Estate. It's ENF 2025-08-0060. And let me catch up with you, but you can start whenever you're ready.
My name is Michael Joseph, and I've been sworn in. I'm a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Wright David D. Senior Estate, is not present. This case concerns the property at 1689 Northeast Sunview Terrace, Shinta Beach, Florida, in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Wright David D. Senior Estate. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit 1. On August 7th, 2025, Officer Tamika Bush inspected the property. At the time, she observed a damaged roof section and exterior surfaces in disrepair. At that time, she photographed the property. The photograph accurately shows what she saw then is marked as County's Exhibits 2, 3, and 4. 2. 3. And 4.
Where is this property?
Sunview and Jensen.
Okay.
Based upon the investigation, she issued a notice of violation to the Wright David D. Senior Estate on August 20th, 25, marked as County's Exhibit 5. In the notice, she cited the following Martin County Code violations. Section 21.115, roofs and drainage, General Ordinances, Martin County Code. Section 21.111, protective treatment, General Ordinances, Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until September 18th, 2025 to correct the violation and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. I took over this case in September 2025. I inspected the property on September 26, 2025. I took photographs while at the property. The photographs accurately show what I saw then are marked as county's exhibits 6 and 7. Seven. Compliance was not achieved and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on September 29, 2025, and is marked as county's exhibit 8. The return receipt was not received, so the property and the Martin County Administration Building were posted on September 30th, 2025. Posting photo and the affidavit of posting are marked as county's exhibits 9 and 10. Posting and the affidavit of posting. No call or letter from the property owner was received within the time allowed. Therefore, I went to the property again on October 14th and saw the cited violations had not been corrected. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately show what I saw then and are marked as county's exhibits 11 and 12. Request that all county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Wright David D. Senior Estate, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 28, 2025. And if not in compliance, by then be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every violation per day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and request that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing. That concludes my testimony.
All right. So, anybody here on behalf of the David D. Wright Senior Estate? Looking out, seeing no one, without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 12 in this case. And I note, looking at Exhibit 1, that the mailing address is the same as the property address, but looks like nobody's living there, right? Is that correct?
It doesn't look like anyone's living there now.
Okay. And if that's the case, I'm wondering if the owners have actually even ever gotten notice from the county. I mean, you've done what the law requires, so I'm not contesting that. It's just, it's an unfortunate, perhaps, circumstance that that this may sit there for a while. And okay, so not much we can do about that. Based upon the evidence, I am going to find that violations as charged to exist on the property. I'm going to order compliance on or before November 28th, 2025, failing which there'll be a fine in the amount of $100 per violation per day. And I'm going to award costs in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of this hearing. And I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you've not had any contact with anybody? Okay. All right. Again, for anybody who's watching, make sure that your correct address, mailing address, is with the property appraiser's office, so that did you check to see if anybody's paying the taxes on this property? I mean, that's another way to look at it, but if you were really trying to find somebody, you might do that. Okay. All right, next case is not you. Thank you, Officer Joseph. All right. Officer Shanahan. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. Very good. This is the, let's see, what is this case? I can't tell who the owners are. Looks like Samuel, or Justin Samuel Chin, and Sandra Premu Campos.
Correct.
Okay. And it's case number ENF 2025-080-365. And whenever you're ready.
Excuse me. My name is Michael Shanahan, and I've been sworn in. I'm a code compliance specialist for Martin County. The respondent, Justin Samuel Chin and Sandra Premu campus are not present. This case concerns the property at 5703 Southeast Pine Drive, Stuart, Florida, 34997 in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from an anonymous complaint. According to the official records, the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owners are Justin Samuel Chin and Sandra Premu Campos. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County's Exhibit Number 1.
Okay. Good.
On August 11, 2025, Officer Michael Joseph inspected the property. At that time, he observed high grass and weeds, mobile food trailer, and a shed on the vacant property. At the time he photographed the property, the photograph accurately shows what he saw then and is marked as County's Exhibit Number 2. You have the shed here, high grass, food truck. Based upon the investigation, he issued a notice of violation to Justin Samuel Chin and Sandra Premu Campos on August 12th, marked as County Exhibit 3. In the notice, he cited the following Martin County Code violation: Section 3.11, Permitted Uses, Land Development Regulations, Martin County Code; Section 67.201A, Nuisance Declared Weeds, Undergrowth, General Ordinances, Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until September 12th to correct the violation and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. On September 10th, the case was reassigned to me, and I did a follow-up inspection, which is marked as County Exhibit 4. As you see, the shed was still there. Food truck's there. The grass was cut, but has grown back. Compliance was not achieved, and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on September 11th and is marked as County's Exhibit 5. The return receipt was not received. Therefore, on September 26, 2025, I posted the property and the Martin County Administration Building. The affidavit is marked as County Exhibit 6. Excuse me, sorry. A photograph of the posting is marked as County Exhibit 7. You can see I posted it. On September 30th, I spoke with the owner, Sandra Campos, regarding the violation, and she indicated the violations would be in compliance prior to the hearing. I request that all the county exhibits be received into evidence. On October 14th, 2025, the respondent came in and entered into a stipulation agreement paying $350 and agreed to come into compliance on or before January 3rd, 2026. That's the end.
Okay. Let's see. Without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 7 in this case. And based upon that evidence and the stipulation in front of me, I find that the violation is, as cited, do exist on the property. Order compliance based on the stipulation no later than January 3rd, 2026, failing which fine in the amount of $100 per violation per day will accrue. And note that $350 in administrative costs have been paid to the county, and that the stipulation has been signed by Justin Chin and Sandra Campos on behalf of themselves and Officer Shanahan on behalf of the county. And therefore, it is appropriate for me to enter into the agreed order, ordering them to comply. Okay, good. And let's see. That's it for you. Thank you. All right, Officer Fisher, you're up. This is the Shannon Properties case. It's ENF 2025-060610. And the respondent is Shannon Properties LLC. And Officer Fisher, if you'll raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Okay. That's what it takes. And whenever you're ready.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Nicholas Fisher, and I have been sworn in. I am a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Shannon Properties LLC, is not present. This case concerns the property at 1315 Northeast Flora Place, Jensen Beach, Florida, 34957 in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from an anonymous complaint. According to the property appraiser's record of ownership, the property owner is Shannon Properties LLC, a Wyoming-based LLC. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is County Exhibit Number 1. On June 19th, 2025, I inspected the property. At the time, I observed a new shed placed on the property without a permit. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately shows what I saw then and is marked as County's Exhibits Numbers 2 through 4. Exhibit number 2 is a photo of the shed. Exhibit number 3, a front-facing view of the property with the shed to the right. And exhibit number 4, a photo of my door tag along with a copy of a building permit application form. Based upon the investigation, I issued a notice of violation to Shannon Properties LLC on July 7th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit Number 5. In the notice, I cited the following Martin County Code violation, Section 105.1 Florida Building Code, permits when required, incorporated by Section 21.1 General Ordinance, Martin County Code. In the notice of violation, the respondent was given until August 5th, 2025 to correct the violation and was informed of the need to contact Martin County Code Enforcement upon doing so. However, on July 14th, 2025, a remodel/addition permit that was applied for in 2020, having no passing inspection since November 16th, 2023, expired after exhausting all available permit renewals. Therefore, I issued an amended notice of violation to include the expired permit to Shannon Properties LLC on July 28th, 2025, marked as County's Exhibit Number 6. In the notice, I cited the following Martin County Code violations, Section 105.1, Florida Building Code, permits when required, incorporated by Section 21.1 General Ordinances, Martin County Code. In the amended notice of violation, the respondent was given until August 26, 2025 to correct the violation. It was informed of the need to contact the Martin County Building Department upon doing so. However, compliance was not achieved and a notice of hearing was issued by certified mail on September 5th, 2025 and is marked as County's Exhibit Number 7. The return receipt was not received. Therefore, on September 16th, 2025, I posted the property with a copy of the notice of hearing. A photo of the posting and of the affidavit of posting are marked as County's Exhibits Numbers 8 and 9. Exhibit number 8, the posting on the front door. And exhibit number 9, the affidavit of posting. I have contacted and spoken with a Mary McCart, whom I believe is the owner of Shannon Properties LLC, and informed her of the violations and how to correct them prior to the hearing. However, no further contact was ever received. Therefore, I went to the property again on October 14th, 2025, and saw that the cited violation had not been corrected. At that time, I photographed the property. The photograph accurately shows what I saw then. It is marked as County's Exhibit Number 10, which is a photo, again, of the front-facing view of the property with the shed in the same location. In addition, I did take a screenshot of the permit status on October 14th, 2025 to show that the permit remains expired without a passing final inspection, marked as County's Exhibit Number 11. It's showing that the permit only requires a final inspection, and they haven't received that final inspection since the previous time it was scheduled.
But did I understand from your testimony that the time has now expired for that and they'd have to reapply?
They would either have to reapply for a new permit or request that the permit be renewed. Once the permit's renewed, they can then call in for a final inspection.
All right.
The issue with this, because of the type of permit, we'd have to physically go inside the property to inspect it. But without anybody contacting us, there'd be no way to perform that inspection without them being there.
All right. Good information, not just for Shannon Properties, but for anybody that's in that similar situation.
I request that all the county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Shannon Properties LLC, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 15th, 2025, and not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing. That concludes my testimony.
Okay, thank you. And there, anybody here on behalf of Shannon Properties LLC? Looking out, seeing no one. Without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 11 in this case, and find that violations as charged do exist, or a violation as charged does exist on the property, and order compliance on or before November 15th. And that's basically to renew the permit.
To renew the permit, yes, correct, sir,
Okay.
and obtain a passive
So-
final inspection.
All right. So by November 15th, 2028, failing which a fine in the amount of $100 per day will accrue, and I'll further award costs in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of this hearing. Okay. All right, let's see. Next case is also yours. It's the Beacon 21 Condominium Owners Association, Inc. case. It's ENF 2025-070545, Beacon 21 Condo Owners Association, Inc. And whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, or good morning. My name is Nicholas Fisher, and I've been sworn in. I'm a code compliance investigator for Martin County. The respondent, Beacon 21 Condominium Owners Association Incorporated, is not present. This case concerns the property at 1660 Northeast Dixie Highway, Gentian Beach, Florida, 34957 in Martin County, Florida. This case was not generated from an anonymous complaint. According to the official records of the property appraiser of Martin County, the property owner is Beacon 21 Condominium Owners Association Incorporated. A copy of the property appraiser's record of ownership is county's exhibit number 1. On July 16th, 2025, I inspected the property. At that time, I observed balcony railing installed without a permit. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately shows what I saw then and is marked as county's exhibits numbers 2 through 5. Exhibit number 2, the balcony railing at the top of the staircase. Exhibit number 3, further balcony railing. Exhibit number 4, further balcony railing. Exhibit number 5, further balcony railing. In a more close-up view, you can see the bottom section of the railing is not even properly affixed to the structure itself.
All right, so how many of these have they?
There's 4 separate condominium buildings under Beacon 21 Condominium Owners Associations. Each building had railing installed without a permit. You can see different unit numbers throughout the exhibits, 11, 12. That's one building. I think that's 13. Different building. Exhibit 4. Sorry, this one's 13, 14.
13, 14.
And this one's 9 and 10. Each separate building had railings installed at the top of the staircase going up to the second floor units.
And it's just that wooden structure at the
Correct.
top? Okay, it doesn't involve, I'm looking at Exhibit 2, and there's a metal rail going up and down the stairs, but it's not that, right?
No, sir.
Okay, just the wood. Got it.
Okay. Due to a clerical error on September 10th, 2025, I issued an amended notice of violation and an amended notice of hearing to amend an incorrect address on the notices. The amended notices are marked as county's exhibits numbers 6 and 7. Exhibit number 6, the amended notice of violation. The clerical error was the address of violation was to correct our system. It was pulling a unit number's address instead of the actual property's address. So that was what the amended notices were sent out to correct.
Okay.
Exhibit number 7, the amended notice of hearing. In the notices, I cited the following Martin County Code violations: Section 105.1 of Florida Building Code, permits when required incorporated by Section 21.1 General Ordinances, Martin County Code. The return receipt was not received, therefore, on September 16th, 2025, I posted the property with a copy of the amended notice of hearing. The posting and the affidavit of posting are marked as county's exhibits numbers 8 and 9. Exhibit number 8, the copy of the notice of hearing posting, and it's being posted on a information board in that section of the community where those buildings are located. Exhibit number 9, the affidavit of posting. I have been in correspondence with the HOA leading members and the contractor they hired to apply for the necessary permits since July 16th, 2025. Within that time frame, 4 permit applications were submitted on August 18th, 2025 to the Martin County Building Department for the unpermitted balcony railings, but they have yet to be completed and approved. Each screenshot of the 4 incomplete permit applications is marked as county's exhibit number 10. And this is showing the 4 permit applications that are pulled, the addresses for each permit application is for the respective buildings within the condominium association. And as you can see here highlighted, they're awaiting resubmittals or awaiting plans. Awaiting plans, little to no documents have been submitted. Awaiting resubmittals, some documents have been submitted, but they have either not been approved or were not sufficient enough for permit issuance.
Actually, my copy of that is a little clearer than the one that's on your screen, so I can make that out, I think, yeah.
On October 14th, 2025, I re-inspected the property. At the time, I observed the balcony railings remain installed. At that time, I photographed the property. The photographs accurately shows what I saw then. It is marked as county's exhibits numbers 11 through 4. Exhibit number 12.
Do we have any clue what was there before?
It was pre-existing railings, from my understanding, from what I was told by the HOA leaders, that they were the ones, as individuals, that replaced the railings for the tenant owners, but neglected to obtain a permit or hire a contractor for the initial construction.
Okay. Well, self-help?
Correct. Exhibit 13. Exhibit 14.
Okay.
I request that all the county's exhibits be received into evidence. Based upon the testimony and evidence, I request that the respondent, Beacon 21 Condominium Owners Association Incorporated, be ordered to comply with the cited provisions of the Martin County Code by November 15th, 2025, and if not in compliance by then, be required to pay a fine in the amount of $100 for every day the violation continues thereafter. The county has incurred a cost in the amount of $575 conducting this investigation and requests that the county be reimbursed this amount at the conclusion of today's hearing. That concludes my testimony.
Okay, I know you've asked for compliance by the 15th of November, but that's coming up pretty quick. I'm wondering if a month is enough time for the condo to get itself together, and although they have applied, right?
They have applied and they do have permit applications for all of the railings. I have spoken recently with the contractor and the president of that subsection for those 4 building units within Beacon 21. I'm from what I was told, they're waiting on their engineer, but I was also told that the engineer has supplied them with the plans for reasons I'm not aware of. They just have not been submitted to us.
Okay, all right. Sounds like a month may be enough. Any thoughts on that?
No, Your Honor.
I mean, obviously, you all have looked at it, at this case, so, okay. All right. Anybody here on behalf of Beacon 21 Condominium Owners Association, Inc.? Looking out, seeing no one, without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 14 in this case. Based upon that evidence, I'm going to find that a violation as charged does exist on the property in order compliance on or before November 15th, 2025, failing which a fine in the amount of $100 per day will accrue, and a further award costs in the amount of $575 to be paid to the county at the conclusion of this hearing. So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You. Okay, this is the Torres case.
Yes, sir.
It's case number ENF 2024-050443-01, Alfredo and Celia Soto Torres are the respondents. And Ms. Bradley, if you raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. This is a request for a fine reduction, stipulation, and agreed order.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Rachel Spradley, and I've been sworn in. I'm the nuisance abatement coordinator for Martin County. This case concerns the property at 5694 Southeast 47th Avenue, Stewart, in Martin County, Florida. On September 18th, 2024, an order finding violation was issued by the code enforcement magistrate to Alfredo Torres and Celia Soto Torres for Section 105.1 FBC permits when required, incorporated by Section 21.1 General Ordinances, Martin County Code. So Exhibit 1 is the property appraiser showing that the Torreses are the owners. Exhibit 2 is the recorded stipulation agreement that was put in place for permits that were required. Compliance was required by November 29th, 2024. On August 28th, 2025, an affidavit of compliance with accrued fines was issued reflecting an outstanding fine in the amount of $6,800. Costs were paid at the signing of the stipulation agreement in the amount of $350. Pursuant to Section 1.98B General Ordinances, Martin County Code, no code enforcement lien shall be reduced to a value of less than 10% of the total fine amount or 10% of the value of the property, whichever is less. The portion of the lien attributed to cost shall not be subject to reduction. Staff has determined that a lien reduction is warranted. The respondents were responsible for the violation and brought the property into compliance and have offered to pay $680 to resolve the outstanding fine which have accrued. So Exhibit number 3 is the affidavit of compliance with fines. And then Exhibit 4 is not there. It is actually his request for reduction.
Actually, I can see it.
Is it coming up on your side?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's not on this side.
If you go,
Oh, there it is.
yeah. Okay, got it.
Not sure why it did that, but
Well, short and sweet.
yes.
Okay, and you say the 680 has been paid?
No, the 350 was paid with the
350
stipulation.
was paid. Okay,
Yes,
good.
so he paid his administrative costs.
All right. So they're waiting for the order. All right, looking at the fine reduction stipulation. I see the request to reduce it from $6,800 to $680 signed by Alfredo Torres and Celia Soto Torres. All right, so without objection, I'll accept into evidence the county's exhibits 1 through 4 in this case, and find that it is appropriate to grant the fine reduction stipulation and enter the agreed order in this case.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, let's see, we've got one more case, the James Smith Trust case.
Yes, Your Honor. The county is going to make an application for a continuance in this matter until the November hearing, so I don't know if you want to put the number on the record or do it, or just leave it administratively as such.
Just tell me the basis for the continuance and,
It's an out-of-state owner that is actively working on correcting the violations. There was a pool, there was a borderline life safety issue. They have covered that, and that is no longer a concern. And they're actively, apparently, working with a contractor to fix the other violations that are there.
all right. Okay. All right. Well, in this particular, since you're requesting the continuance, I'll grant the continuance to the November
19th.
the 19th hearing. And we'll go ahead and enter an order on that. But let's talk about continuances and removals and that sort of thing, because there are two cases that have been administratively removed prior to the hearing. It's unclear how we probably ought to handle those, but, and note too, that I have reviewed both the August and September minutes in the cases, the minutes that have been submitted. And I had already actually approved the August, but just had not signed them, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And today is the 15th. And I will approve the September minutes. And go ahead and sign those as well. So I think we're all caught up, I think, with minutes, aren't we? Ms. Bradley?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, good. All right, great. Very good. Anything else to come before us today?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll see you on the 19th of November for the next hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're adjourned.